It's about learning through games, and it's about joyful experiential learning. We've had some experience on this with college engineering students, right, over the last 10 years or so. So let us share what this is all about, right? India, at least, is a growing economy, and a growing economy needs lots of inventors, right? Otherwise, buying everything from outside is very expensive. We've realized that if you build everything in India, it can cost you 1/10 of how much it would cost to buy it from outside. But for this, we need a different kind of mindset. We don't want a mindset that just wants to get into a job and is very conservative. We need a risk-taking mindset, who subjects everything to the scrutiny of reason, questions everything, has a curiosity. Hey, why is it done like that? I could do it better, and maybe we can use that to make it better. That's the kind of mindset of an inventor that we need. And armed with this knowledge and with a skill set for the future, one of the most important skills we need apart from curiosity is the ability to learn new things, because things are changing so fast, we constantly keep on needing to learn. So how do we cultivate these skills is what all this is about. And these are hard skills, soft skills, and everything is trained online. So these are things that eYantra does. It trains students through a competition where you learn and you compete. So the most important skill we teach you is learning how to learn. And by the way, we also teach you robotics and programming and technology literacy and a problem-solving mindset. That's the most important thing, problem-solving mindset. Not just accepting a problem and that's the end of the story. I want to solve that problem, right? Then soft skills, like how do you keep at wanting to solve a problem until it gets solved? It needs a confidence that I can do it, right? Many of the times, we don't have that confidence. Even though we can do it, we don't believe in ourselves. And neither does anybody else, right? So we cultivate that can-do attitude. And most importantly, we teach you how to deal with failure. It's okay to fail. If you fail, it is not you who have failed. It is that idea which has failed. If that idea has failed, then you try some new idea, you might succeed. If that fails, try another idea, it might succeed, as long as you don't make the same mistakes again and again. And then we teach you teamwork, empathy, time management, all these things. And we do all this through free and open source tools. We train you through simulators, and after that we take you onto hardware. And this is the kind of stuff we do. This is what we do with the older kids. They learn how to build stuff in a simulator and then translate it to the real platform using 3D printing, electronics and all that. Here's a fish robot inside a simulator, and then in the real tank, in real water. Right? Here's a drone. In the simulator, we teach it how to sort of do cool stuff, and then we do it on a real drone, a small nano drone which flies around on an arena. Right? Really cool stuff. In COVID, we've been able to train using online tools, simulators, all these kind of things. So what do the students themselves say? Here's an example.
I personally like eYantra a lot because in this you can implement things. It's very different from the theoretical knowledge that we learn. For example, we have studied control system in our course, but when we actually tune our drone using ROS, it was entirely different. How the KP, KD, KI are actually affecting the drone, what is its transfer function.
Earlier, the projects were just for the sake of examination. Now they are thinking as a furnished product. That is the biggest achievement for our college by setting up this eLSI.
So that eLSI is the eYantra labs that we help establish in colleges. We have some 425 labs across the country. And here are the success stories. Our eYantrics, what do they say? Here's Hitesh Vavle, who's very grateful. He's gone to Carnegie Mellon University to do robotics. And he's thrilled with his eYantra experience. He says, because of eYantra, I was able to get the maturity, technological maturity to get there. Here's Shruti Joshi, who's got a job with Google India because all her problem-solving skills that she got and which she was appreciated for were learned in eYantra. And lots of startups have come just out of taking part in the competition. These guys have learned amazing skills with which they've gone and done startups. Sewer cleaning robot, AI and ML and mobile robotics, drone mine surveying robot, and solar energy robots and things like that. And more of these are happening as we go along. So then the question came, we've been doing this with older students. Can this same technology be used with youngsters at school? So we said that, okay, maybe we should go very carefully to the 15 to 18-year-olds, right? So we very gingerly went into schools and we were quite shocked and surprised and delighted. In fact, I asked Ian Page, my advisor, can we go more upstream He said, absolutely. I said, when do you start these kids on technology? He said, perhaps age 4. So we started a school robotics competition where we had a pilot in December 2020, and then we launched a real competition, and this is what the students say.
Earlier, I used to like to learn stuff, and I used to definitely be in a pursuit for knowledge, but the way I used to read my school textbook was as a textbook. Now I have started to read the textbook like a manual, like something that is directly pertaining to our life, because when we read our empty book, it is never like we're just reading the empty book. We are reading the empty book and we have to apply our own logic and we have to apply our own brain. It's not spoon feeding.
Before this, I was not really interested in maths and physics. However, this made me realize that this is a bit more interesting than what I had originally thought of it as, and thus that is how it has helped.
This whole system of giving a problem and solving it. That's what I really like. It's unlike schools. In schools, we teach them an equation and give them sums to solve. Here, they are just given, the problem is thrown and they have to solve it. They are learning life skills which they cannot express today. Each one is helping the other, and the teamwork. They fight, they argue, but they are learning. The learning is immense. I can see it. This is how teaching learning should be in schools.
So our learnings have been that project-based learning need not compete with school education. It complements the education, doesn't conflict with the studies. That's what the parents and the kids themselves say. It's very scalable. That means we can go to large numbers of students without any overhead. And we use open source software, which is all free. We use online interaction through the internet. So it gives a level playing field. We found in our finals of our college competition, students from remote polytechnics in West Bengal come to the finals after beating the hell out of the NITs and the IITs and stuff like that. It shows that when you give kids a level playing field, the talent bubbles up to the surface. And we teach them hard skills like STEM, technology, maths, physics, all these kind of things. And more importantly, the soft skills which will help them later in life. And apart from everything, kids have said it's a stress buster in COVID times, and we are really happy about that. Through the competition, we develop in students a scientific temper and a curiosity. Most importantly, a problem-solving mindset. I feel really sad when I hear about student suicides and all that at college, when they are sort of obsessed that, apart from success, there are no other options in life. If that was the case, there would be no scientists and no science, because inventions and innovations happen after many, many, many failures. So if you just extinguish yourself after one failure, you are not doing yourself justice. What has failed is your understanding. So you just have to correct that and get on with it. Try some new stuff. We are not sort of newbies in this space. We've been in the college space since 2010. We've taught over 162,000 students. And at school, we've just begun in late 2020, in December, if you like. So only about a year or so. So about 400 plus students have been touched by us. So in conclusion, we find that India is a growing economy with a young population. We need innovators, right? With a growth mindset, with a change of mind, who know contemporary skills, who know how to learn, who learn how to learn with us. And we have a way of actually equipping them for all these skills, both hard skills and soft skills, online through gamification of learning.